And hello.
What is happening, podcast world? Welcome to the Toilet Paper Fortune Cookie Podcast. Unorthodox wisdom from unexpected reality. Isn't every day sort of unexpected reality these days, David? Is it not unexpected?
It feels it. Every day we have something new to work through, to absorb.
It's a ton, man. It's a ton. And that's every week we say, remind everybody what unexpected reality means. Who knows?
Yeah, as soon as we figure it out. So,
good Lord.
And you know what? I think we are figuring it out on this podcast. And I think our guest today is a great example of figuring it out. I think that'll be the whole theme of this show. So, this podcast
she figured it out a long time ago. She figured it out way before we did.
Oh, right. She totally did.
She got this stuff rolling a long time ago.
Yes. Yeah. So our podcast is to discuss the aspects of entrepreneurship, business, and the arts, and see how those two things can come together and make something ooey gooey and kind of funny. The show is for entrepreneurs of all kinds looking to grow or make a move or start something new or just get a little bit better at the hustle. Mm-hmm. And we're getting better, I think, at the hustle too here. So we are going to share our experiences. We're asking guests to come on and share their experiences like our guest today. And hopefully those produce nuggets of wisdom. Speaking into the new reality, the duality of our present reality.
In other words, that rhyme with ality. Side note, speaking of rhyming, if nobody has watched it or if you've not seen it yet on a streaming service, the Ad Rock, Mike D, Beastie Boys, Story of the Beastie Boys, which came out last year, is one of the more remarkable movies I've seen in ages. Even if you're not a Beastie Boys fan, it's absolutely remarkable. So it got me into, rhyming. Back into the show. We hope you guys like our show. And if you do, please go to our various and many platforms. Like us on the Facebook. Follow us on the YouTube. Go to Podbean or your favorite podcast platform and follow and like and maybe emoji something. Maybe put an emoji like a emoji or
little clap
emoji, or like some kind of like thumbs up emoji, or like
just a mad one,
the muscle arm emoji, anything to let us know what you're thinking and enjoy. Now that people are back to their somewhat normal routines, if not even normal in this new reality. I know people like to listen to podcasts as they always did before, as opposed to sitting down and watching them. So by all means, download, listen and download, all those things.
Yeah, the traffic in Rock Hill is starting to definitely pick up. I see it in the mornings where it was sort of like a weird ghost town driving to the office about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Now the traffic is like normal. And so, so download that podcast, listen to it in your car. We're doing really well on the audio podcast. It seems to be the choice of most of our listeners, which we're very excited about. And join us on every Friday, 6:30 for our live recap. So we will recap this show.
Where anything can happen.
Right. Like your father-in-law standing in the background like a boss trying to figure out what the hell this guy's doing. So anything goes.
Kids off screen.
That was fantastic. That was so much fun.
I particularly enjoyed watching you do your acrobatics with the mute button. Because people can't see that, only I can. So all I see this just kept saying, like, uh-oh.
Well, there was a whole conversation happening in the background, and they didn't realize what I was doing. So it was like, hey, guys, can you take that somewhere else? I mean, it is your house, and
Boy, she wanted
I
to
am
be
a
on,
guest, but
she wanted to be on cam, didn't she? God bless her.
So we want to thank Side Hustle for the use of their song,
Yes, we do.
Common Ground. Check that album out, the EP. It's out on all of the music platforms. They are coming out with a new EP at the end of this year, so look for that. And yeah, so also stick around in our middle of our show for our sponsor, Knowledge Perk. Remember, when you subscribe, take a screenshot, post it in our Facebook group, and we will send you the Knowledge Perk club number. And it just so happens to get you a discount of online purchases.
And they send you a badge.
Yes, a badge.
Badge.
I'll have to ask Ryan about the badge.
You should be making masks.
Speaking of Mr. Sanderson, I have a funny little segment for the Stringer Strategy Session. Let's see. Let me put up our banner here. Stringer Strategy Session. There it is. Yeah. So I'm going to also share my screen here. And thanks to, oh, not that one. I just cut you off. Where'd you go? That's weird. Oh, you're there. Here we go. Okay. So there's our thing. And we go to here. Okay. So I can't really do this very elegantly on camera. So I'm just posting up a picture. So for those who are listening in, you can't see what I just did. I posted the picture that I posted this morning on the Facebook group of a new shirt that I got thanks to Ryan Sanderson. So I'm going to give the story behind the slogan, I've done dumber things, right? Which is
covers a lot of ground.
Huh?
Covers a lot of ground.
It does. It covers so much ground. The original quote is actually, we've done dumber things. And it came from the great relationship that the partners of Insignia Group have had for many, many, many years. And look, when you're a small business, and this is sort of the lead into the Stringer Strategy Session, when you're a small business, you don't have it all figured out. And our guest is going to talk about that today, about how she had to figure things out, and it led her into purpose-driven entrepreneurship, which we'll talk about. But when you're a small business and you don't know what the hell you're doing, you've got to figure it out. And you're going to guess a lot of times. Many times, what you're going to do is you're going to try dumb things. And so we gave ourselves at Insignia the license to try dumb things sometimes and give ourselves the break and the grace to say, yep, look, here's a situation, here's a solution to that situation. What do you think? And we would, of course, go around the table and try to knock out the issues or knock out the potential pitfalls or the pluses and minuses and benefits and all that stuff. And at the end of it all, you have to make a decision and you have to push forward, either do it or not. And so the grace was, well, if we do this, we've done dumber things. And I'll tell you exactly where it came from. Because I remember when the slogan came out and I laughed. I LOL'd. So Insignia is in the automotive industry. We are a software company. We transitioned into a consulting company. And when you're a consulting company, that kind of covers a lot of ground. You can offer training, you can offer wisdom, you can offer, all kinds of different things. Well, one of the things we tried to experiment was actually offering automotive products. And so we went out on a limb and we purchased like $16,000 worth of this product that we thought our consultants could offer when they go to their dealerships and they talk to the dealership and they say, hey, here's a product that is successful in other stores and you can buy it through us, right? Made all the sense in the world. Except we weren't very good at selling products to dealers. We were good at selling consulting and software. We were terrible at selling product. We didn't know what we were doing. So we wrote off about $16,000 the next year. So when it all came around of like, hey, how about we do this or that? We all brought back, it was kind of the throw the dirt in the face of, well, we've done dumber things. We bought, a whole bunch of that product last year and we had to write it all off. So anyway, Ryan Sanderson, co-opt together. I've used that slogan as we have explored different business ventures, and he has adopted that for him and his partners at Knowledge Perk. And so he went out and he got us all t-shirts. So he gave one to James Brooks. He gave one to me. He's got one, and his two partners in the business at Knowledge Perk have these shirts. So the shirt says, "I've done dumber things." Again, trying to explain it to our folks who are on the audio and they're not seeing what we're seeing on the screen. And you can always go out to our Facebook page, our Facebook group, and find that and comment. What dumb thing have you done that, you just tried?
And for those people listening, it's large script. It really says, "I've done dumber things," like big, like you're wearing it loud and proud.
It's not subtle.
Subtle is boring.
And you know what? Most of your mistakes are not subtle. Most of your mistakes, right, in business, most mistakes are like, hand grenades right in the middle of the room. So you just like, oh, geez, that could have done that differently. So
it's the only way you learn.
It truly is. It truly is. So we have such a great interview. We are going to go right to commercial. I know it's early. It's like 11 and a half minutes into the show. We're going to go right into commercial. And then we're going to bring in Dawn Johnson of Rock Hill, South Carolina. She is an insurance agent. And the way that she went from corporate America to becoming her own insurance agent and really having to develop her business, from the ground up. I mean, she has products to sell and insurance products. There's not a manual that she got from her insurance company that says, okay, here's how you hire people. Here's how you do payroll. Here's how you go buy toilet paper. So she had to figure out all those things on her own, and her journey and then where it led is really an awesome story. And I'm so excited to have her on.
Yeah. The other 27 things she does are pretty extraordinary too.
Exactly.
This woman is a doer, to say the least.
Yeah. Yeah. She's again. And what I love about her is that she's so reserved. I had no idea that she was such a powerhouse because she's so quiet. She's so reserved. And you're right. She's a doer and she gets it done, but she gets it done quietly. Not like me.
We're quiet and reserved, Dave. Yeah. This is bullshit.
No, no one has ever said, that David Stringer, he's a quiet, reserved guy. He really holds it all in. You don't know where he's at.
No way, man. We're very demure is what we are. Low key.
All right, so here we go. We're going to go into commercial, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
2 and 2.
Oops. Nope. Now.
2 and 2.
Oh, you got to take that off. And now.
Be back in 2 and 2.
Hi. Don't be afraid. It's just me, David Stringer behind the scenes. Mad scientist? No, just bedhead, before all of the magic happens. And like all entrepreneurs who are relentless, we need our energy, and mine is Knowledge Perk Coffee. I love their burn rate because it helps me power through my morning until second breakfast.
What, you don't eat 2 breakfasts?
Knowledge Perk can ship anywhere in the world, and you can subscribe and have it delivered as often as you like. And not only will you be getting the best coffee you've ever tasted, you'll also be supporting a company that supports the community. We at Toilet Paper Fortune Cookie are proud to have Knowledge Perk as our sponsor, and so we have a special offer for you. If you subscribe to our YouTube page or our audio podcast, we'll send you a special #TPFC discount code. To get our code, post a screenshot of your subscription in our Toilet Paper Fortune Cookie Facebook group, and we will DM you the code.
Thanks for watching, and now back to the show.